Hi, and welcome back to another episode of the History of Fan Anime. I'm your host, William Chow. And in today's episode, I'm going to get into a story about cosplay and a formal Christmas dinner. Okay, so we all sort of go to these formal events, whether it's a company Christmas party or a wedding. And so my friend Hugh has invited me to go to a Christmas party, their company Christmas party. And so it's a formal event. So I'm happy that he invited me to that, and he also invited a couple of other friends in my group here, Victor and wife, to go to this this company Christmas party that he's had to do. So, and again, nice place. You go there. It's a it's banquet hall arena type of place. And we've all sort of been in this situation where it's a wedding or a formal Christmas dinner from a Christmas party from a company. What usually ends up happening is that the family usually ends up getting seated with other families and that kind of stuff. That's, for example, like a wedding or that kind of stuff. Or if it's a company party, everybody from a particular team or a particular unit or that kind of stuff, or a particular division, will all kind of be together because they work together, they know each other, so they're sort of all together at that one sort of table. And then usually what ends up happening is all the friends and the guests and that kind of stuff, they all get seated at the friends and guests table, okay? And that doesn't necessarily mean that anybody else at the table. It just happens that all the random friends of everybody sort of gets shoved at this table, and it's makes for kind of an awkward sort of moment for a lot of us, because of course you go there, you don't know anybody, because obviously you're invited by your friend to be part of this party, and of course since you don't work there, you don't know anybody, and except for the person who invited you, pretty much essentially, right? And same thing if you go to like a wedding, you other than knowing your friend or whatever, you don't really associate with any of his other relatives and whatnot on either side of the family or whatever. So again, you can't really associate with it. So again, a lot of times through those things, it's a lot of awkward silence and not very much to do in that sort of situation, but. In this sort of thing, we basically, found our table, and we walk over to the table, and there's already two young ladies already at the table, and so again, we introduce ourselves. My name's William. And in this case, I'm always referred to as the other William, because the person that invited them is also named William. Okay, and he's the one that works for the particular company. And so I said, so we're going through the introductions. I introduced myself as William. My friend Hugh is the one who invited us, so he's next. And of course, I also had Victor, and we had Waifu with it. Okay, now Waifu, of course, is sort of his shortened Chinese name, because obviously his name's a little bit longer and more complicated. For the longest time, especially since when he joined the our Japanese animation club and that kind of stuff, it was during the Gundam Wing era. So a lot of times we just call him Wu-Fei, okay, from Gundam Wing, okay. Anyway, so what's really interesting is and again, when you introduce someone, names like that, and of course, if it was just a sort of a regular wedding sort of thing, and everyone goes, "Oh, okay, yeah, that's his Chinese name or whatever," and they just have to, that's fine. But in this particular situation, one of the young ladies go, "Waifu, is that some sort of weeboo name, something?" And then we know immediately, that's the ultimate icebreaker, right? It's sort of like, well, okay, so, all of a sudden we're not, even though we're strangers, all of a sudden, when you're passing two terms like waifu and weeboo around, you immediately know, hey, perfect. This person's an anime fan or a geek or whatever. Great. All of a sudden we have something in common, and then from then the evening went very, very smooth and easy. Okay, so we basically introduced ourselves and then introduced ourselves, and yes, it was, just immediately using the word, weeaboo and that kind of stuff. We basically, I basically introduced myself as the, the godfather of anime, who basically pioneered what they know as, a newer millennial, as what fan subbing is. And then goes, oh yeah, okay, I watch fan subs all the time, she says. And it's like, yeah, it's like, and then of course, we went on to discuss, what the different things of anime, what favorite animes, they made a reference to the golden era of anime, because again, that was one of her favorite eras of anime, how anime was so prolific at that particular time. She tells me that she's also a big cosplayer, and one of the latest costumes that she made was this a costume from a hentai anime. So everything went very, very well in this nice conversation. And again, this is sort of one of these wedding slash company Christmas party thing that would have been very quiet and awkward, but all of a sudden now we have this commonality of anime. And that's, at an earlier time, this would have been probably very, very, very rare. But now in this sort of newer sort of era where, we're crossing between, the people who grew up in my era, from the golden era, now associating with the newer millennials that now have more accepted things like anime and grew up with anime, okay? So that was very nice. And again, and as we continue, talking and whatnot, I noticed on her phone she has a Pokemon Go sticker thing. So again, just as we were coming into this place, we had our Pokemon Go going, and we did one of the evil raids, and that was sort of good. And I made mention to her, like, when you walked in, we did the Pokestop here. Had one of the grunt raids on it. Goes, oh really? Oh geez, I missed that. And it's like, okay, well here we go. So again, boot up my app and threw a lure onto the onto the Pokestop and began spinning it away and that kind of stuff. And so again we started talking about anime and that kind of stuff and whatnot, and it was really, really good. And basically, yeah, it helped pass the time in the evening, and it was really nice. So basically, we go to the topics that we did cover, and basically, gives me an idea that one of the things I should really cover is that we were talking about cosplay and how the interpretation of the actual reception of how people perceive cosplayer and cosplayers, some of the misnomers and that kind of stuff, and some of the misconceptions that people have about cosplayers. Is a very interesting topic that I do definitely need to spend more time and cover. I myself I'm not a really big fan of cosplay. I mean, I did a little bit of it, but I'm right now doing a little bit of work in making and manufacturing cosplay props. So that's kind of my angle. But I'm sure there's lots of other things that I'm probably missing, and so I'm going to probably have to bring in some people who are more have more expertise in cosplay and that kind of stuff to basically give the big lowdown on basically how cosplay has changed and what the different sort of aspects of cosplay are. So yeah, if you have any suggestions or some knowledge of people for that, by all means, write it in the comments below, or make an effort to contact me, and then maybe we'll do some sort of interview, and then we'll sort of go over what you have on your mind about cosplay and how that starts and changes, and some of the things that you've encountered. Maybe you can even go over some sort of funny stories that you have with cosplays and conventions. Okay, again, I have some pretty funny ones as well. So what you want to go and do is go down below, click like, and click subscribe, and then we get more episodes when I make those. Okay, so until next time, see you again.